Over 60? If you've noticed that standing up feels harder than it used to, if your balance feels off for no obvious reason, or if your legs fatigue faster even when you try to stay active, this is for you. Because here's something most people never hear until it's too late. Strong legs aren't just about looking fit. Strong legs are one of the clearest signs of long-term independence. Your thighs and hips contain some of the largest muscle groups in the human body. And those muscles don't just move you forward. They stabilize you. They catch you when you stumble. They protect your joints by absorbing impact. They help your circulation by pushing blood back up from your legs. And they support your metabolism because large muscles burn more energy, even at rest. So when leg strength goes down, a lot of other things quietly go down with it. Confidence, stability, mobility, and the ability to live life without constantly planning around pain, fear of falling, or needing help. Now, most people think the solution is simple. Just exercise more. Exercise matters, absolutely. But if your nutrition isn't supporting the structure that your muscles attach to, you can train and still feel like you're not progressing. And that brings us to a nutrient people talk about, but rarely understand in a practical way after 60. Calcium. Not just calcium for bones in a vague, generic sense. I mean calcium as part of the entire leg strength system. Bones, joints, muscles, nerve signals, and stability. Here's the real issue. Many adults over 60 either don't get enough calcium, or they get calcium in a way the body doesn't use well. Some rely on big-dose supplements without the supporting nutrients. So in this video, I'm going to show you two powerful, realistic ways to support calcium intake through food, without turning your kitchen into a laboratory. And just as important, I'll show you the hidden mistakes that can make calcium wasted, meaning it passes through your system without helping your bones, your joints, or your legs. Quick note before we continue. This content is educational. If you have medical conditions or take medications, always check with a qualified healthcare professional. Now, let's start with something that surprises people. The first leg strength calcium source is fish with edible bones. I'm talking about foods like canned sardines or canned salmon where the bones are soft and safe to eat. Those tiny bones are naturally rich in calcium. And here's why this matters. After 60, the goal isn't just more calcium. The goal is calcium that actually becomes part of your bone structure, while also supporting muscle function. But bone strength is the foundation. Your muscles pull on bone. Your joints rely on stable structure. And your hips and thighs need that stable base to work efficiently. Now, if you're thinking, I can't eat sardines, I hate the taste, don't worry. You can prepare them in ways that are surprisingly mild. Here are 3 practical ways. For breakfast, try a savory breakfast plate. Take whole grain toast, add avocado, then mash a small portion of sardines with lemon juice. Simple, fast, high in protein. For lunch, make a bone boost salad bowl. Use leafy greens, cherry tomatoes, olive oil, and a squeeze of lemon. Then add canned salmon with soft bones and mix gently. For dinner, do a quick warm dish. Sauté garlic and onions, add rice or quinoa, then stir in canned salmon with herbs like dill. It becomes a comforting savory bowl. Now, calcium alone is not the whole story. If calcium is the bricks, you also need the workers and the blueprint. That's where vitamin D comes in. Vitamin D supports calcium absorption. Without enough vitamin D, your body struggles to absorb the calcium you consume. So how do you support vitamin D in a realistic way? That's where vitamin D comes in. Vitamin D supports calcium absorption in the gut. Without enough vitamin D, your body struggles to absorb and use the calcium you consume. In other words, even if you eat calcium-rich foods, you may not be getting the benefit if vitamin D is low. And many adults over 60 do have low vitamin D, especially if they spend less time in sunlight or live in places where the sun is weak for part of the year. So how do you support vitamin D in a realistic way? 3 simple routes. Sensible sunlight exposure when possible. Even short periods can help depending on your skin and environment. Foods like fatty fish, egg yolks, and fortified foods, like some milks or plant-based milks. If you supplement vitamin D, do it with guidance, because more isn't always better. Now here's another piece almost nobody talks about: vitamin K2. Vitamin K2 helps guide calcium to the right place, your bones, rather than allowing it to build up where you don't want it. I'm not making a medical claim here. I'm explaining why many nutrition frameworks treat K2 as a key partner nutrient when people focus heavily on calcium. And you don't need anything extreme to get K2. Many people use foods like fermented options, certain cheeses, fermented soy foods, or they simply focus on a balanced diet and talk to a professional if they're considering specific supplements. So let's keep it simple. Calcium works best when your diet supports absorption and proper utilization. That means you want a calcium team, not a single hero. Now, before I give you the second powerful calcium source, I want to point out something that quietly sabotages leg strength after 60. It's not always lack of effort. Sometimes it's a routine that looks healthy, but blocks progress. Here are 3 common mistakes. Mistake number 1. You're trying to build strength while under-recovering. If you're sleeping poorly, your body has a harder time maintaining and rebuilding muscle. Sleep is when a lot of repair work happens. Poor sleep can also increase stress signaling in the body, which can make recovery slower. So if you're walking, doing light strength work, or staying active, but you sleep 5 to 6 hours and wake up tired, it's like trying to renovate a house while the workers only show up half the time. A simple, realistic goal: consistent sleep timing. Even before you chase perfect sleep, lock in the schedule. Go to bed and wake up at similar times. It matters more than people think. Mistake number 2. You're eating calcium foods, but not enough protein overall. Calcium supports structure, but your muscles still need protein to maintain and rebuild. After 60, many adults benefit from spreading protein throughout the day instead of trying to eat it all at dinner. You don't need extreme amounts. You need consistency. A protein source at breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Mistake number 3. You're relying on one superfood and ignoring the basics. Some people obsess over a single ingredient, one seed, one powder, one trendy drink, while their daily meals are missing real structure: fiber, protein, minerals, and hydration. Your body doesn't rebuild from one hero ingredient. It rebuilds from a pattern. And that brings us to the second calcium source, which is one of the most practical and scalable options for adults over 60: fortified foods that you can actually tolerate. This includes fortified milk, if you tolerate dairy, fortified yogurt, fortified plant-based milks, like soy or almond varieties that include calcium and vitamin D, calcium-set tofu. In many places, tofu made with calcium salts can be a strong source. The advantage here is flexibility. If you don't tolerate dairy, you can still build a calcium pattern through fortified alternatives. But here's the key: you have to choose the right version. Not all plant-based milks are equal. Many are mostly flavored water with very little nutrition. So you look for versions that are fortified with calcium and ideally vitamin D, and you shake the carton because calcium can settle at the bottom. Now, let's make this practical. How do you build leg-supporting meals using fortified options? Breakfast option: a strength breakfast smoothie that supports both calcium and protein. Use fortified milk or fortified plant-based milk as your base. Add Greek yogurt if tolerated, or add a protein source like a scoop of plain yogurt alternative that's higher in protein. Then include berries and a small amount of oats. This gives you protein, calcium, and fiber together, because fiber supports digestion and digestion supports absorption. Lunch option: a simple bowl, tofu, plus vegetables, plus olive oil. Choose calcium-set tofu, cube it, and sauté lightly with vegetables like broccoli, peppers, or greens. Add olive oil and herbs. This supports calcium, protein, and micronutrients in a meal that feels normal, not diet food. Dinner option: a warm soup or stew with a calcium partner. If you enjoy soups, you can pair them with a small serving of yogurt on the side, or you can use fortified options earlier in the day and keep dinner protein-focused. Now here's a powerful idea many people miss. Leg strength improves faster when you stop thinking only about bones and start thinking about stability. Stability is bones, plus joints, plus muscles, plus nerve signaling, plus recovery. So in part 2, I'm going to show you the habits that quietly destroy stability, especially the ones that seem harmless, like timing mistakes, dehydration patterns, and certain daily routines that make your muscles feel weaker even if you're doing everything right. And I'll also give you a simple 7-day structure you can repeat: what to eat, when to eat it, and how to stack nutrients so your body actually uses them. But before we go there, I want to ask you something. Have you noticed your legs feeling weaker, your balance feeling less stable, or stairs feeling harder than they used to? Comment yes and your age. I read the comments, and it helps me tailor the next videos to what people over 60 are actually struggling with. Now, in the next part, we'll connect the missing link. Why so many adults focus on the right foods, but still don't absorb what they need, and how to fix that in a safe, realistic way.